my self-medication disorder was epilepsy. Epilepsy is a non-curable central nervous system disorder that affects nerve cell activity in the brain. The disruption is electrical communication, and it's where a nerve cell transmits a signal to another nerve cell by either altering the concentration of salt or by a neurotransmitter. The problem with the epilepsy is there's an improper concentration of salts, so there's either too much or not enough, and it cannot produce neurotransmitters to flow out. Some causes of the disease are brain tumors, strokes, infections at birth, change in the structure of the brain, genetic factors, and head trauma as a result of car accident. My sister has epilepsy. She was in a car accident on November 7th, 2010. That's a picture down the don't look too long, I'm gonna hurt your eyes. She wouldn't push the good looks. But during the car accident, she, like most teenagers, thought she was invincible. She had a sense of, it won't happen to me. Nothing bad happened to me. We're not gonna wreck. So she wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Everybody else in the car was wearing a seatbelt. So when they wrecked, the car flipped multiple times. She hit her head on the ceiling, of course. And when she did that, it messed up some nerve cells, not only in her head, but down her back. She was paralyzed for 6 months. She spent most of her junior year up here and getting pushed around in a wheelchair. She was on crutches for a long time after that. I can always tell she's about to have a seizure. Her seizure is caused by stress. Anytime she gets too stressed out about work or school or anything she does, she'll start getting real sleepy. That's her first symptom. She'll get real sleepy all the time, just sleep wherever. Another symptom that she has is she tends to zone out. You know, you can tell when somebody's focused in on your eyes. She can't do that. She just, you'll say Amber, Amber, and she'll, like she's in a daze. She can't see. So by then we'll know to start watching her. Whatever she does, she'll call in to work, but she won't go. Call in school, tell them what's going on, and she'll just lay home. We'll go check on her, and eventually she'll start twitching a little bit. It's a slight twitch. It'll eventually progress and get worse and worse until she's in a full-out seizure. And usually we have a medicine at home we can give her, and it'll help regulate her, put her to sleep. When she wakes up, she's fine. Or we go to the hospital, and they give her a shot in her butt, and it stimulates the body and it regulates the salt concentration, and she'll be fine. And another cause of epilepsy is the genetic factors, like I said. That's normally a disorder on your 20th chromosome. They call it ring chromosome 20 syndrome. And it's where just some genetic materials are deleted off your 20th chromosome, which, of course, you need, or else they would be. Epilepsy, it normally occurs in the parietal lobe, right here. It can be a disease that it gives you a lot of challenges because you have seizures all the time, so it's hard to tell what you're going to be able to do in the future. There are two different kinds of cell signaling, local and long distance. Local is if I give something to Bailey out of my hand, and then long distance would be like texting my mom. There's 3 parts of cell signaling. There's reception, that's when the ligand combines with the receptor molecules. Transduction, that's when it changes the shape of the receptor. And response, so that's of course how it responds to the stimulus. A cell response to a signal can vary greatly. It can do something as simple as open a gated ion channel, or it can set off a chain reaction of sorts throughout the body. In epilepsy, it's the latter. The nerve cell transmits signals to and from the brain by altering salt concentration. That chain then conducts the impulse from one end of the nerve cell to the other, and it keeps on passing like a chain reaction. This is where the problem occurs in epilepsy. Either the channel doesn't open and too many neurotransmitters build up, or you just make too many neurotransmitters. Like when she gets stressed, she makes too many, and you can't process and try to do all these. I mean, that's really it, to be honest. That concludes my presentation with that word.
Okay. All right, well, I got a couple of questions for you. All right, so, how old was Amber? She's a junior, wasn't she?
She's a junior.
Okay. So you said that it's a cell communication disease. Just kind of walk us through one more time why it's cell communication. What actually is the breakdown between the different, the area where it's talking? Like what makes you have the seizures?
Oh, well, there's an improper concentration of salts in your body. Normally, it's at regulatory levels, but if the improper concentration of salts is too high or too low, it can disrupt orderly nerve transmission and trigger seizures.
So when we talk about a seizure, it's just they're shooting out a whole bunch of nervous impulses and not able to concentrate them where they need to go, which is what causes the muscles to begin to jerk and causes the problems. Now there are other types of seizures. In your epilepsy research, did you find that like some people respond different ways to the neurotransmitters?
Yes, ma'am. There's all the symptoms. Not everybody has the same symptoms. Some people have seizures, muscle spasms, and like start twitching, and some people just get sleepy and get into depression. Like there's all kinds of symptoms for whatever is going on.
I know I taught a student here my first year at North Pike. He had epilepsy, but he had what's called petit mal seizures, and it was a problem because as I would lecture, you would see him. He would be writing, and all of a sudden he would drop his pencil, and then he would come back and he'd pick it back up, and he might have like 4 or 5 little petit mal seizures in my class, and so he couldn't drive, and he was never allowed to go swimming without someone there and something like that because he would just space out. And he had had an accident when he was like 2 or 3 years old, car accident or something like that, and it had caused traumatic brain injury, which led to the problems with the epilepsy. Now you did say that your sister, does she take medicine every day or just whenever she starts to?
Just whenever she starts to feel it, because the medicine that she's on, it makes her nauseous. She doesn't like to take it every day. So whenever she feels like coming on, she'll start taking it again.
Okay, and then did you find like what the specific neurotransmitter that's being affected by the salts was, like, you know, dopamine in some and glutamate in others?
No, ma'am, I did
not. All right. Well, does anyone have any questions about epilepsy?
Okay.
She does. She's always got a question.
So you said you can either have too much salt or too little. Is there a difference in symptoms if you have too much versus too little?
In my research, I didn't find that to be true, but maybe.
Okay.
Okay. 1 year at cheer camp, I had a girl who had epilepsy, and we were outside, and she couldn't stay like in the heat for too long. Does your sister, like, when she gets overheated, does she have seizures, or?
That's not what her. She has no problem with anything until she gets too stressed. Like she had one maybe 2 months ago. She had a college final to do, and she was gonna come home after work and get started on it. But I guess while at work, she was just real nervous about it. And we got a call from her boss, or whatever, to say, "Hey, Amber's in the back room. We need y'all to come up here and get her." We went up there. We walked in the back room, and she was just sitting there, kind of twitching. We knew she was about to have a seizure, so we were like, Amber, and she couldn't focus. So I ended up having to carry her out of Walmart and put her in the car and went straight to the hospital. And they gave her a shot. She was fine.
Does this cause any like restrictions on like daily life? Like, does she ever have kids or?
Oh yeah, she can have kids. She actually has a daughter now. But as far as the seizures go, whenever she has one, they tell her not to drive for like 6 months or so. So that's really it.
So how often are they?
It just depends on however much she gets stressed. If she stays normal for 2 years, she won't have it. But if she gets super, nervous about something, she'll know the ones that come to her.
So if you have epilepsy and you're pregnant and you have a seizure, will it affect the baby?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
Probably depends on the medication that they give you. So.
Your sister's cause for seizures are stress.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be other causes for seizures?
If you've already been having strokes and